Let me ask you, how badly do you really need to read some of your favorite mangas just a few days early? Because if you're someone that loves to read manga leaks, I've got some bad news for you. Japanese authorities have just arrested a few foreigners tied with leaking manga. And the mangas in question are all stuff that we're all pretty familiar with. JJK, My Hero Academia, One Piece, and the magnum opus that is Kagurabachi. But now that they've caught these people, I can tell you right now, there's gonna be some pretty big repercussions. Hi y'all, I'm Bayfond, and Japan has some of the strictest copyright law I've ever seen. Don't you dare think about leaking something or posting something that you really shouldn't, because you might end up like these guys. Because yeah, a few days ago, Japanese authorities arrested a few foreigners tied with this stuff. Oof, and that kind of stings a little bit too, because come on, gaijin already have a bad rap in Japan, so this just adds on to that long list of misdeeds, despicable deeds that people have done. And of these people arrested, only one person has been identified, Musa Samir. He's someone that's in charge of a company called Japan Deal World. It's a company that deals with figures, soft goods, and of course, magazines. So that kind of sort of should shine a little bit of a light on how they were able to get these leaks a little bit early. But to make it a little bit more clear on what they would actually do is they would actually go to these wholesalers where these mangas were being held, and then they'd take a few copies, and with their phones, they'd find the panels or the entire chapters that they wanted to scan in, and they just take screenshots of it. And when they were satisfied, they just post them online on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then the cycle from there would continue as those leaks would be translated and we would read them here in the States. It's a pretty simple system, but they actually caught these guys. And to be honest, I'm a little bit more impressed by the fact that they were able to go on for so long. It's funny, these guys that were caught said, we're not guilty of anything. We might have taken pictures, but we never posted them. And then you can see that Japanese authorities have posted like big collages with the entire stuff that was found on their phones. But of course, Japanese authorities are keenly aware on the fact that these few people aren't the only people responsible with leaking out these mangas. I mean, come on, these guys don't have the biggest sway in the world. So they've stated that they're actually looking for a lot more groups and a lot more individuals that deal in this sort of stuff, which of course has caused a little bit of a scare online. Lots of manga leaks Twitter pages and stuff have already shut down or have gone into like hiding a little bit because they don't want to be identified and they don't want to face these repercussions. Completely makes sense. But I think that this situation is a lot bigger than a lot of people actually realize, because leaks have been one of the things that have been in the center of the anime manga community for like the last 2 years. The second that you open up TikTok, Reddit, or Twitter, it's there right in your face. Spoilers, leaked pages, leaked panels, things that you never wanted to see in the first place. We've been seeing these things for quite some time in all their low-res glory. And a lot of anime communities have actually been thriving off of this kind of stuff. JJK has a whole subsection called Lobotomy Kaisen that focuses on the newest chapters being leaked every single week. And to be more precise, they focus on making memes based on like speculations and just random stuff that comes out every week. But something that's a lot bigger than that is how leaks have influenced the community to such large degrees. I mean, the manga that we all know and love and meme about called Kagurabachi would have no one paying attention to it if it wasn't leaked before it was released. That's the reason why the manga even got popular in the first place. People saw it, they assumed that it was like, oh, this is gonna be funny to just say that this is gonna be the greatest manga of all time. If it wasn't leaked, I can guarantee people wouldn't have cared for it. But it's a manga that is now unequivocally selling off the shelves. Honestly, it's pretty incredible just how much reach these leaks have had. But now we stand with Japanese authorities finally putting their foot down and saying that they're done with this kind of stuff. These mangakas and manga magazines want to keep their IPs safe and sound, and they don't want to have it tarnished. Now, here's where I can throw in my 2 cents on this entire thing, because in my personal opinion, I've never been someone that likes leaks. I understand a lot of people love sharing them, a lot of people love talking about them, but in my experience, I think it actually detracts from the experience and the enjoyment of consuming this kind of media. Something that really sucks is waking up in the morning and being bombarded by some of the most low-res, badly translated leaks that just show up on your front page. The text font doesn't even look like it belongs here. Shadows are so blown out that you can't even make out what's going on in the actual picture. And if it's not translated and someone's just trying to interpret what's going on, they could just misrepresent everything and give you the wrong context, so you're going in with completely different expectations than what's actually happening. Yeah, that hasn't been the most fun. But with Japanese authorities going after this stuff, a lot of people people are gonna shut down their projects and what they're doing with this. So for the foreseeable future, we should be getting the mangas on time. My only concern is that I hope that they don't put any limitations or restrictions on importing manga, or when it comes to things like actually posting them online for the simulscan so that we get the chapters the same day that they get the chapters over in Japan. I hope that there's not gonna be like any real interference there. I mean, there really shouldn't, but you know, it's weird. Right now, this is just the beginning of the story, so we just have to wait and see how this really trickles down. Maybe they're gonna get a whole lot more people involved with this stuff, or maybe it just ends here, and that's just kind of like a big intimidation that they're starting to do. But regardless, that just kind of tops off my thoughts on this entire thing. What did you guys think? Do you guys think it's one of the most atrocious things to ever happen to the medium of manga? Or is this something that you think leaks are just gonna happen regardless and they're just gonna have to deal with it? Please, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I was Bayfond, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.